All right, welcome back to Restoring Christine. Bill here, Christine. She's on her way. Getting closer and closer and closer. I'm doing a lot of piddly stuff. So I'm trying to get all the exterior stuff ready so that I can go ahead and put the interior in, believe it or not. I want to get this outside done. But I've got something that's going to be short and sweet to the point today. I want to show you how I'm putting in these fender skirts. So these little flaps go underneath the fender in the wheel well, and they go around here. They're held in by staples, and I've used a little bit of weather stripping adhesive. So I'm going to show you how I got that done, making staples out of brads. Let's get into it. So just before we get into it, I'm multitasking. Let me show you a few things that have been keeping me distracted. That's my little 11-foot Glenelg squirt I built in maybe 2021. I finished it. So I did some pinstriping on it back when I built it, but I just got these moon caps for my hubcaps, and you can see I put some pinstriping on it. So those are going to go in here and make the trailer look like new. But I had some problems with the bottom here. I was doing some work, woodworking. I had to fit in. I don't know, you can see a little dog leg there, and a little dog leg there. I had to fit those in because floorboard, I built it according to plans, and the bottom was starting to crack. It's fiberglass in the bottom, but I don't want anything in between me and the water other than just a 1/4 inch plywood cracking. So anyway, I got that fixed. And another thing I've been doing is I built this little free pantry. So this is something I'm going to put at my office, and you can see not exactly pinstriping, but a little bit of lettering. Did a sign on it, and so I'm still working with these, but I did a little bit of cabinetry work. But anyway, I'm working on Christine right now. So the last thing that I did was just yesterday I painted that valance, but I'm all over the place. I'm doing woodworking, I'm doing epoxy, I'm building cabinets, I'm doing this work in Christine. But anyway, so let me show you how we get this done. All right, so now I'm on the passenger side, and the first thing that we're going to do, oh, it's just dusty and dirty. First thing we're going to do is going to count out how many staple holes we've got, and I've got, looks like the factory missed here. I don't know how they put them in from the factory, but there's one here, there's another here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I believe that's what I had on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make staples. And if you watch my interior video series, I made when I did my seat shells, I made staples out of brads. So this is a number 18 by 1 1/4 wire brad. I'll show you how I make a staple out of these, and it's pretty easy. So the first thing we're going to do is an 1 1/4 wire brad. I'm going to use my snips, pair of needle nose pliers. I'm going to use a wire cutting end, and I'm going to bring that head all the way into the end. I'm just going to pop it off. Do the same thing to I'm going to do 6 of these, so you can get the idea. But we're going to break the head. We're going to cut the head off of every one of these. Ideally, if you can find stainless steel, that would be perfect. Or if they sell the staples with a kit, but mine didn't come with them. Pretty sure mine are from Dan Chuck too. I didn't buy them from Dan Chuck. Dan Chuck doesn't sell to the public any longer, but I'm pretty sure it's Dan Chuck brand. We're going to cut heads off of 6 of these. Let's see, am I there yet? I think there was 5. Or did I do them all? One more. All right. Now. You'll have to know how far apart your holes are on your staple holes. So what I'm going to do is on my pliers, the width of this jaw is just about the width. It's a little tapered, but I know where I put it, and if I put it in here and get it evened up like that, I know what I can do is I can take now my hammer, now that I've got it in here, and I can just basically bend that over. Bend it over here. So now I'm starting to see a staple come to life. And there you have it. So now we can bring this over to the car and see if that fits. All right, so you're actually in the wheel well. I'll go with this hole and let's see if it fits. Well, I can try from this side. And that's a little wide. That's a little wide. Let me try the next one. That one might go. And then this one, let's see. Yeah, it'll go in that one. It will go in this one. And it's just a little wide for this one. So let me go ahead and make a little narrower, and let's see where we're at. All right, I made one a little smaller there, and it'll go in. So we're gonna come in from the other side when we do it, but I just need to prove to myself now that I got the right number of staples. So there you go. All right, so that one will go in. It's very tight, but I got 4 more that'll all work. It'll go in. So that's what we need to do, is we just made all these staples now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some weather stripping adhesive, and I'm gonna put weather stripping adhesive all around this perimeter. I'm gonna pull this bolt out, but I'm gonna put weather stripping adhesive all the way around this perimeter on that, and then also on the piece of rubber. All right, so what I'm using is 3M black weather stripping adhesive. And I'm just gonna put a little bead in here, and then I'm gonna smear it. And I don't mind getting it on my fingers. So I'm gonna go all the way around here, and I'm gonna pull this bolt out and get underneath that, but then I'm also gonna put it on a part. Let me smear this. I'm gonna use this like contact cement, you know? So there you go, nice thin bead on that. And now this with the long end backwards, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the same thing here. So now I've got it flipped so that I know when it goes up, this is the side I want. So I'm gonna put a little bead right here. And what this is going to do is this is going to help seal it. The staples are going to hold it in place and make sure it doesn't fall out. But I'm going to use this weather stripping adhesive to make sure that it's relatively watertight. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better than it would be with just staples. So now I've got that. And I'm going to go ahead and get you situated back in there again. Tack this in place. Still need to get that bolt out. This is going to go over the brake fitting. It looks like it's pushed on this side. Look at that staple is. That staple hole. So I'm going to move this over to make sure that staple hole's covered, and this hole just will be missing the brake line. Oh well. But all right. Let me get this undone. I'll get that screwed down and hold that in place. All right, this is gonna be loud. Well, maybe not. Maybe when I put it in. Okay, so I've got that. I've got a punch. There's a hole. I'm gonna punch into it. Punch a hole. If I get it lined up. Yep. All right. Now I'm gonna go back in with that same bolt. being lazy. I'm using my impact. Okay. That'll never come off. Alright, so now we got it all tacked, all in place, and now we need to insert the staples. So now here comes a trick. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to push in these staples, and sometimes it might take a little bit to get them in. We need to push it in without poking my fingers and without pushing it off of the backside. So once I get it here, now I've got it kind of started, I'm going to take a pair of needle nose pliers and I'm going to push this all the way in. So this is going to now push against itself. There you go. So I'm not bending it yet, I'm just trying to insert it. So now it's inserted all the way in. I don't know if you can see that, but it's flat, and this is not. This is the rubber is still on the wheel well. So now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing with all the other staples. And sometimes it's easier to push them in from this side. So here's the first one. You can see how I missed the rubber, but that's where the hole is. Can't help it. Could have drilled another hole, but I might do that. And then here, this one's through, this one's through. Now this next one is up here, but I've got so many hoses and everything in the way of the other side that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to do this one from the back side pushing in. Alright, I got it in. Now I need to use a pair of pliers to help pull this through, like pushing the rubber against it. There we go. So now it's punctured. Push rubber back against it. And then I can make sure I reach it. So now what do I have? I have one more down here. Ooh, that one's got stuff in the way. So once you get them pulled through, use your pliers and start pinching them together. Pinch it, but I want it to roll. So I'm going to roll that like that. And make sure I got my finger in the backside. I'm making sure the thing is bumped up tight against the wheel well. So now, look, they're starting to go. And I want them to be straight. I don't want them to be all whopper-jopped. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vice grip, now that I got it where I want it. I'm going to take my vice grip and I'm going to lay into it. And there you go. So now you see, trying to get it to curl a little bit allowed it to look like a staple. So that looks good. So now let me do the others. Here's another one. I'm sorry this is so boring. I really am. I wish I had something more interesting to show you, but this is what I'm doing. So we're just trying to get everything in. Got it folded over a little bit. Put a little bit of a curl in it. A little bit of a curl. Bring them together a little bit. Get the vice grip and pinch it down. Let's see if I can get, if I got room. I don't have room to get the vice grip in here. Maybe if I get it this way. Yeah, it'll go this way. You gotta make sure that the back part of the jaw is on the back edge of the staple. And pinch. There we go. Boom. That looks good. Boy, that looks really good. Do one more. It's the next one right there. Okay, so if you're watching this, how about we just talk about what my project, what we're going to be doing. So I've got the front valance. I painted that. I did that yesterday, and I did an unboxing on a Harbor Freight paint gun, and then so I got that video out, and then I guess I'm going to go ahead and continue to assemble the front clip. I've got to do the horn. I've got to paint the horns, the two horns, the horn. I got to paint those, put those in. What else do I have to do? I've got to put the grill on. I've got to, there we go. Got to put the hood on. Then I can get to my interior. All right, let me finish this up and we'll wrap up this video. All right, let's take a look at it. Here's the finished product. I did end up taking that staple and I drilled a hole and I straightened it out. And I'll show you why, because you can see it on the other side. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staples plus the weather stripping adhesive and this bolt. Let's look at it on this side and you can see the staples. You know, there's a staple here, staple there. And there's the one that was gonna be crooked, but I straightened it out. But there's 5 of them, staple on the side too. But that's gonna do it. So, pretty boring video. It's just utility stuff, huh? I mean, you need to do it. I wish I had done it when I had the fender off the car, but I didn't. So, if you got a car and you need to replace them, there's the process. So, anyway, do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, if you're enjoying the channel, I'd love a subscription. So until I see you next time, please take care of yourself. Cheers.